morning, Vinita, Manasvi, Lakshmi, Arya, Harsh. Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to study a new poem called the Laburnum Top, which is a very interesting poem. So I'm waiting for some more to join the students. That is why I didn't start early because very few students have joined so far. So I'm waiting for them to join me immediately so that I can begin my lecture. So, uh, okay, good morning, Omkar, Madhu, Om, Harsh. Good morning to all of you. Please get connected faster, okay? Uh, get connected faster. So, dear students, as I told you, dear students, just go through these opening lines. This is curriculum actually. And this is internal assessment. This one is internal assessment. Okay, some more have joined us. Madhu, Mridula, Monal, Tanvi, Bhargavi, Ayush, Nihar. Okay. Okay, dear students, first of all, let me discuss with you this assessment of listening and speaking skills, term 1, term 2, and then we should start our lesson today, okay? So, okay. So you can see the students here. Uh, Here we are going to have a 10 mark subject assessment actually. Okay, subject assessments of listening and speaking skills. Scenario one is if it is possible to conduct in-person assessment. Assessment of listening and speaking skills will be done in person by internal examiner. Scenario if school remains closed, then assessment of listening and speaking skills will be done online by internal examiner. Okay. Okay. So, dear students, this ASL will be conducted hopefully after the school reopens, and in case the school doesn't reopen, in case there is very slim chance of that, In case the school does not reopen, in that case, dear students, in that case, it will be held by online. It will be done online actually. Assessment will be done online by internal examiner. In case the school does not open, right? So this is, and in case the and if the school reopens, in that case, what will happen? We shall take we shall take in person, okay? In person. In person means we shall take physically um, the assessment of listening and speaking skills, okay? One to one, okay? One to one assessment will be done physically if the school reopens. And if the school doesn't reopen, in that case, it will be done by internal examiner online. Okay, now turn to you see assessment of project and viva based on the project work will be jointly done by external examiner 10 marks. Project can be in the form the students shall submit project report of 5 marks, viva also 5 marks. Assessment listening speaking guidelines are given at an extra 2 and also provided along with respective language curriculum. Okay, so project can be in the form of a neighborhood survey, role play performance, uh, online or in person as situation allows. Project can be in the form of neighborhood survey or role play performance. Students shall submit a project report 5 marks and 5 marks will be viva voce means external examiner will come from other school and he or she will ask you 5 mark oral question based on your project. So that will be there in town too. Okay. So anyway, dear students, I think most of you have joined now. Now let's start this poem. Okay. So as you can see, it's a new poem, the Laburnum Talk. Theme is the poem presents a vivid description of the laburnum tree, which comes alive as the mother bird goldfinch arrives to feed its young ones. Okay. Mother is like a pivot that feeds and supports the machinery of the family. Okay, so dear students, Lebanon top means Lebanon tree. Okay, so most of you must have seen. Some of you may not have seen also. Let me show you here. See, this is Lebanon tree actually. Okay, so this is what is called Lebanon tree. Lebanon tree. Okay, you can see so many varieties, so many trees are there. Okay, so this is called a Laburnum tree. Okay, so here you can see the poem presents a vivid description. Vivid means clear description of the Laburnum tree, which comes alive as the mother bird, goldfinch, arrives to feed its young ones. So this Lebanon tree is the abode, or you can say shelter, for a bird called goldfinch, right? So whenever the bird goldfinch comes to the top of the Lebanon tree, to the top branch of the Lebanon tree, then life seems to come alive. The tree seems to come alive because as soon as the bird goldfinch comes and sits on one of the branches of the Lebanon tree. Then the tree appears to come alive. Because the bird will start uh, making different kinds of noise, with different kinds of sounds. As a result, the tree comes alive. But when she is not there, the goldfinch bird is not there, then the tree appears to be very, very dull. The tree appears to be very, very dull and cheerless, right? So, why? What is the quality of the goldfinch bird, or why? What is there in the bird goldfinch, or what is there for which the tree comes alive? Let's find out. Okay, main points is the poet has drawn a beautiful picture of an autumn afternoon. So the setting of the poem is an autumn afternoon, right? The Lebanon tree is silent and still. Its leaves have turned yellow and some seeds have fallen. The whole tree comes to life with the arrival of the goldfinch. Okay, so the Lebanon tree, till the arrival of the bird goldfinch, was very, very silent and still. Its leaves have turned yellow because it is the setting is the autumn season. So in the autumn season, what happens? The trees shed their leaves, right? So that as it is an autumn season, therefore its leaves have turned yellow and some seeds have fallen also. So the tree appears to be very dull look wise because of the autumn season, because of the fact that trees are fallen. Now, the whole tree comes to life with the arrival of the goldfinch. The whole tree comes to life when the bird goldfinch arrives. The poet has compared the alert, abrupt, and sleek movement of the goldfinch with a lizard. Okay, so in the course of the poem, you can see that the poet has compared the alert, uh, abrupt, and sleek movement. Okay, sleek movement means very glamorous movement of the goldfinch with a lizard. After feeding her young ones, the goldfinch flies away towards the infinite sky. So now we can understand that in the tree, goldfinch, mother goldfinch is there with her young ones. So the she has made a nest for her young ones and herself on the top of the goldfinch tree. You understood now? So when she comes, she feeds her young ones, and then she again vanishes towards the infinite sky. When she vanishes or when she flies away from the Laburnum tree, the tree again becomes cheerless, okay, not having life. When she's back, her young ones also become very excited to get their mother. So the young ones also become very, very excited to see their mother. That is why the Lebanon tree becomes lively, cheerful once the mother bird goldfinch comes to the Lebanon tree. The Lebanon tree becomes quiet and silent once again. The poet has compared the Lebanon tree with a machine which starts up at the arrival of its engine. So, Lebanon tree has been compared with a machine. As when you start a machine, a sound comes up. Likewise, as soon as the bird Lebanon arrives on the branches of the Lebanon tree, whenever the bird goldfinch arrives uh, on the and sits on the uh, branches of the Lebanon tree, then the Lebanon tree, the entire tree seems to come alive. Why? Because she starts playing. She's with her young ones. Her young ones becomes very, very excited to to get the company of their mother. So as soon as the goldfinch is back on the branches of the Lebanon tree appears to have come to life, and that is why the Lebanon tree has been compared to with a machine. As the machine starts making making sounds, okay. Likewise, the Lebanon tree also becomes very noisy with the chittering, or you can say with the sound, okay, of the young ones of goldfinch. Okay, that is why goldfinch has been compared to the Lebanon tree has been compared to a machine as well in the poem. So that is the crux of the poem. That is the, you can say, the summary of the poem. Now we shall go line by line so that we are able to understand each and every sentence or each and every line properly. Right? So you see here, the Lebanon top is silent, quite, quite still in the afternoon. Okay, yellow September sunlight. Why September has been called as yellow? Because, like, the setting of the poem is the autumn. In the autumn month, okay, in the autumn month, the trees tend to shed their leaves, and of course, the tree is uh, also yellow in color. So, for these two reasons, you can say the because in and moreover, what happens in the autumn season, the like the thing also appears to be like yellow, okay, trees, and moreover here the color of the tree is also yellow. So in the afternoon yellow September sunlight, the lavender top appears to be very very quiet, very very still, a few leaves yellowing, all its seed fallen, and few leaves yellowing because it is the time to shed leaves. So some leaves become yellow also during the autumn season. All its seeds also fallen. So the Lebanon top in the autumn season, in the month of September, appear to be almost yellow because its leaves have become yellow, okay, because it is autumn season, right? And all the seeds of the tree have fallen. Therefore, the Lebanon top, in a nutshell or in short, appears to be very, very dull in the autumn season. Here, in the context of the poem, in the autumn afternoon, the the top of the Lebanon tree appears to be very, very silent, quiet, and very, very cheerless, right? So seeds fallen, the meaning of seeds fallen is trees in process of shedding leaves and seeds during autumn season. The tree is in the process of shedding leaves and seeds during autumn season. So hopefully you are able to understand, dear students, the meanings of the first stanza, right? Okay. Now key points of this, and yellow September means here refers to autumn season. Yellow September here refers to autumn season. Here refers to autumn season, right? Quiet still means without any sound or movement. Without any sound or movement, that is why it is quite still, right? The poem is set in the autumnal month of September afternoon. The top of the Lebanon tree is silent and empty in the mellowing sunlight of an autumn afternoon. Right? The top of the Lebanon tree is silent and empty in the mellowing sunlight of an autumn afternoon. Then the yellowing leaves and fallen seeds indicate the autumn season. Okay. So what is the symptom of the autumn season as found in the first stanza? Yellowing leaves and fallen seeds. They are the characteristics of the autumn season, right? So If there is any multiple choice question from the first stanza, you need to be a bit careful because they might ask you what are the indicators of the fact that it is autumn season. Okay, so you have to write yellowing leaves and fallen seeds. You have to select these two options. Okay, uh, or this option, yellowing leaves and fallen seeds are the indicators of the autumn season. Now let's move on to lines 4 and 5. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Okay, so till the goldfinch comes, goldfinch is a bird. Let me show you the picture of goldfinch so that you are able to understand it. See, dear students, this is goldfinch. Okay, this is goldfinch. You see the picture of the goldfinch. I have given here the picture of goldfinch. You can see here. This is what is goldfinch all about. Okay, goldfinch bird. So you can see the goldfinch bird is also yellow in color. It is several varieties. Okay, several varieties. Okay. Now you see. Okay. So, till the goldfinch bird comes with a twitching chirrup. Twitching chirrup means the sound that the bird produces. Okay, uh, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. So, till the time goldfinch comes on the branches of the, you can say, Lebanon tree and start making different kinds of sounds. The Lebanon tree was all very dull, very lifeless, very cheerless. But as soon as the goldfinch bird comes and sits on one of the branches of the the Lebanon tree seems to have come to life. So that is what is said here. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup. Twitching chirrup means to char with the jerk of your body. Okay, with a twitching chirrup means with a jerk of the body, the bird started chirping. Okay, bird started making different kinds of noise. That is called sound. That is called chirp actually. Okay, birds chirp. Right. A suddenness means happening unexpectedly. Suddenness. A suddenness. Suddenness. A startlement means a sudden alarm. So what is this? Um, why it's happening unexpectedly? Okay, because nobody knew from before that at this particular point of time the bird goldfinch would come on the branch of the uh, Lebanon tree. So key points, let's see. The goldfinch arrives suddenly and abruptly and sits on the branch of a Lebanon tree. It surprises and startles with its shrill notes and the quick vibration of its wings. Okay? It surprises and startles with its shrill notes and the quick vibration of its wings. So, how does it surprise? It surprises and startles with its shrill notes and the quick vibration of the wings. Okay, so shrill notes. Shrill notes means a shrill sound, you can say. So suddenly it surprises everyone with the shrill notes and the quick vibration of its wings. So that is what is this two lines all about. Now lines 6 to 7, let us understand. Then slick as a lizard. Slick as a lizard means, slick means here smooth and elegant. So now as smooth and as elegant as a lizard, you might have seen the movement of the lizard. The lizard moves very elegantly, very at a very elegant manner. Okay, and at a particular pace it moves. The lizard moves. So like a lizard moves elegantly. Okay, here the goldfinch bird also is moving from one branch of the tree to another like a lizard, very smoothly and elegantly and alert. Why is she alert then? Why is she alert? Alert means conscious. Why do you think the bird goldfinch is alert or conscious? And abrupt. Abrupt means suddenly it moves from one branch of the tree to another, and that too in a very elegant manner by being alert. She's moving. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up. As soon as she enters the depth of the tree, thickness means as soon as she enters the depth of the tree. In the tree also there is a part which is depth, having some depth. Okay, so because in the depth only she can make the nest for her young ones, right? So as she is entering the thickness of the branch of the tree to catch a glimpse of her young ones, uh, the young ones start the young ones starts chirping, so that is why a machine starts up. Okay, so this particular process of the young ones suddenly chirping, okay, to see their mother has been described as like a machine, okay, like the sound of a machine. So glossary: sleek as a lizard means smooth and elegant like a lizard. Abrupt means sudden. Okay, abrupt means sudden. And then you can see here, um, machine starts up means like the sound of a machine, the bird starts chirping. Like the sound of a machine, the bird starts chirping. She enters the thickness and then machine starts up. So as soon as she enters the thickness where our young ones have been sheltered, okay, so as soon as she catches glimpse of her young ones, the young one starts chirping, she also starts chirping. So that particular sound is equivalent to the sound made by a machine. So that is why the chirping of the bird has been compared to the sound of a machine here. Okay? The poet compares the movement of the goldfinch with that of a lizard. The poet compares the movement of the goldfinch with that of a lizard. The bird enters the thickness of the branch in an abrupt and alert manner, similar to the sleek movement of a lizard. The bird enters the thickness of the branch in an abrupt and alert manner, similar to the sleek movement of a lizard. Right? Of a lizard. Okay. Now, dear students, you understood, I suppose. Then sleek as a lizard and alert and abrupt, she enters the thickness and the machine starts up. Now the question is, why do you think the bird is alert? What would be the reason that the bird is alert in her movement? So let me tell you, the bird is alert in her movement because the bird wants to safeguard herself and her young ones from the prying eyes of the predators, right? Like the predatory birds might come and kill the young ones of the goldfinch when she is no longer around. That is why the goldfinch here, is absolutely alert in her movement, because she does not want the predatory birds to discover her presence, the presence and her presence and the presence of her young ones in that tree. Otherwise they might cause harm to the young ones. That is why, being a mother, being an affectionate and possessive mother, okay, she is very much alert in her movement. So, dear students, hopefully you are able to understand till line number 7. Okay, and as I told you here, sleek as a lizard means smooth and elegant like a lizard. Abrupt means sudden. A machine starts up means like the sound of a machine, the bird starts chirping. Okay, so the chirping sound of the bird has been compared to the sound of a machine, right? So we shall end here today, dear students, up to line number 7. And we shall, of course, conclude our lecture. We shall, of course, conclude our poem explanation in our next class. Okay, so this class, the first I explained you till line number 7. So you understood that it is a poem which is based on a bird called Goldfinch and her young ones. The poet wanted to highlight that the tree becomes lively, or the tree becomes lifeless or cheerless. It all depends on who is there inside the or on the branches of the tree, or who it has made the nest on the branches of the tree. When in the company of the goldfinch, the Lebanon tree comes alive, okay, appears to be very, very cheerful. The tree appears to have come to life in the presence of goldfinch, but as soon as the bird goldfinch is not there, the bird goldfinch flies away from the branches of the Lebanon tree. Then the Lebanon tree becomes all silent. There is no hub of activity, and the goldfinch tree appears to be very, very dull. But the same same Lebanon tree appears to come alive when the bird goldfinch comes and settles down on the branches of the Lebanon tree. So we shall wind up our explanation of the poem in our next class, dear students. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me all throughout, and we shall continue our lecture in our next class. Okay, we shall finish it off in the next class, right? So, dear students, now it's time for me to wind up the lesson, and before that, you please text me your presence so that I can take your attendance. Okay, so please do text me your presence, and then we shall wind up for the day, right? Thank you, Vinita, Ayush, Tanali, Omkar, Arya, Lakshmi, Rodula, Om. Okay, thank you all of you, dear students. Bye bye, take care, and have a nice day.